Louisiana Beer Reviews Dragon's Milk White. Bourbon Barrel Aged White Stout. Now, this company was established in 1997. Interestingly, if you look on the Pabst Brewing Company website, they list excuse me. They list Dragon's Milk as one of their brands. Yep, it must be a distribution agreement. Brewed and canned by New Holland Brewing Company, LLC, Holland, Michigan. So why it's got to be white is smooth, creamy, and legendary. It's I'm choking on some I ate. It's aged in bourbon barrels. I don't know the bourbon company. This was canned at 5:14 in the afternoon on September 13th, 2019. Took over 3 months to arrive over here. Can't say why that would be, but it did just show up in this town this very week. All right, $2.29 a can. Yeah, I bought 2 cans. One for now and one for Stout Sunday. I don't think I've ever had a white stout. I don't recall that. I don't recall having one. Oh, nice, lively, bone-colored head. Now, I'm sorry, but when I think of stout porter, I don't think of a wit beer. You know what I'm saying? So it's golden. You could say to somebody, hey, you want some Blue Moon? And they would think that's what this is. I think you could fool them. Now, once they smelled it and tasted it, obviously they would realize it wouldn't be Blue Moon. All right. Oh, yeah, the ratings. Oh, they don't really give the ingredients. They're just saying they use caramel malts and they age in bourbon barrels. And I was looking carefully at that website. There's 47 reviews on Beer Advocate, and they're saying it's very good and 86 out of 100. Rate Beer with 65 reviews is saying, shoot, it's a 64 out of 100. They're saying it's not good. And in the style, it's a 56. And then Untapped saying 77 out of 100, all their scores. Their unique check-ins, 26,454 unique check-ins. But they have a lot of check-ins because you just do the numbers and save it. You know, with Beer Advocate, they want you to write, and Rate Beer, they really want you to write a well thought out review. So you got people, they don't really want to do that. I like to do it when I'm able to. Okay. Aroma. It's a little chocolate. Bourbon barrel. There's faint bourbon barrel in the under aroma. And some malt. But really, there isn't a whole lot of aroma with this. I was talking about Blue Moon. Blue Moon has more of a stronger smell. I'm not a real big fan of Blue Moon. I used to kind of dislike it, give it a C. And my daughter would say, no, it's an A. But over time, as I spent time with Blue Moon, I know now it's at least a B. It is good. But this is New Holland, so let's stick with this. Getting coffee in the aroma, in the taste. Coffee and some chocolate. And some malt. What about hop bitterness? They're saying 35 IBU. It must be drowned out by the sweetness. IBUs are a mathematical estimation or designation derived by a gauge. They don't always come across in the flavor. So sometimes when the sweetness is so high, the 35 won't show. It'll be drowned out by the sweetness. So this doesn't have any bitterness. Oh, no. Trying to see the disclosure. The disclosure is bourbon barrel aged white stout. That's it. Simple. Does it come in bottles? Probably. This one has more body to me than the Dragon's Milk, the original, you know, the 11%. That was my complaint with the Dragon's Milk. The flavor was fine. No complaints. No issues. But I found the body was a little thin to be a stout. To me, it was more porter-like than stout. Nice lacing on this very clean glass. Opaque, can't see through it. I should have left some in there for swish and pour. I don't see anything down there. All right. A little tiny bit of bourbon barrel and wood. You know, the bourbon flavor, bourbon whiskey in the wood. Some lighter malt. They're saying caramel. Lighter malt. Maybe a little creaminess. Some very light bread crust. Doesn't have a whole lot of flavor to me, though. I find it's kind of bland. Now, you might say, oh, here we go, because you drink a lot of bland beers with your Keystone Ice and et cetera, et cetera. Very true. But those I can get for sometimes $7.99 a 15 pack. Get it? $7.99 a 15 pack. They taste very good to me. They have flavor. You may not like the flavor. To me, they have a pretty good amount of flavor. And my friend David, his big thing, his standby is Colt 45. Colt 45. He loves Colt 45. This one has, I don't even think, arguably less flavor. I find it has less flavor than the Keystone Ice. I'm just using that as a counterpoint. But this is going to be a lot more for 15 cans. I can assure you of that. I know, this is ale. Oh yeah, Keystone Ice is an ale too. Probably cream ale, but two different beasts, but both beer. No bad flavors, no bad aromas whatsoever. But then that's the case with most beers in 2019, right? Yes. It just doesn't have much going for it, I don't think. Yeah, sorry, but it's just not too tasty. I hate to say that. I was expecting, I wonder what this is going to taste like. Bet it's going to be something else. But maybe Rate Beer's on the right path with this. Maybe they're gauging it, evaluating it, assessing it correctly. One more sip. I want to save some for a photo. Getting more bourbon barrel in the nose for sure. It's marginally good. It's like an 81 out of 100. Let's say B minus. It's good, but just at the lower end of good. I'm sorry. I have to call it as I see it. I always tell them, what am I always telling people? Call it as you see it. Call it as you see it. Don't apologize. And that's what I'm seeing. Not a whole lot. I want to look at some odd items from years ago. This is Heileman's Old Style Classic Draft. Cool brewed, cold filtered beer. Won't see this anymore. Bought this in, I think I bought it in La Crosse, Wisconsin at a grocery store close to the brewery. Yeah. There's a code. It doesn't make any sense. Maybe it's the 114th day of 1996. I think that's what this is. 114th day of 1996. That's probably what that means. 23 years ago I bought it. And this one I bought around 2008, 7, 8, when I used to drive every year to go see the Chicago White Sox. Did that every year from 2001 to 2012, I think. Mini games, including a perfect game. Thank you, Mark Burley. 08109. So I guess this is the 109th day of 2008. Yeah, I got it right. This is Special Export, Heileman's Special Export Beer. used to only give it out. It was sort of like one of these Christmas specials that they made for their employees, and then they decided to sell it. It's really, really good. But since it's from Pabst, they make sure we can't get it, right? It's like all our really good beers, you can't get it. And so as we close out, here are some crackers with the rest of the last of the Armour potted meat. I have to go get some more snack meats, but I do have a bunch of andouille sausage from Veron. Mexican hot sauce, Valentina, salsa picante, water, chili, peppers, vinegar, salt, spices, only 0.1% of sodium benzoate as a preservative. Manufactured by Tamazula in Guadalajara, Mexico. I'll have to look this up on the internet, find out more about Valentina. I've had it at Mexican restaurants, sure is good. They had a sale on it, so I bought it. All right. I can't remember the store. I mean, everybody sells this, right? Yes. Sure smells good. Be much different from the Cajun Tabasco pepper based hot sauces I usually eat. You know, spice my food with. Ugh. It's really not hot. Much like Crystal hot sauce. Hot in name only. It's more like Crystal and Valentina. Savory flavor sauce. Spice sauce. It adds a lot of character to the food, but if you're like my father and is like, I don't want any hot sauce, I don't want any hot sauce, I would say, this is not really hot. Anyway, so sorry, B-, and I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.